GOP is ahead. It is in this light that I want to read to you a very brief quote from a piece by David Rothkopf and Bernard Schwartz that appeared in the New Republic earlier this year. After delineating in great detail the horrors that Trump has brought and will continue to bring to our nation, the author suggests, so ask yourself, is that enough to make you do more than you have ever done? Is that enough to commit for the next 6 months to do more than you have ever done in an election year? To give more, to canvass more, to spread the word more, to help voters to the polls, to ensure every member of your family, your friends, your coworkers do the same. The stakes are too high to do less than everything you can. The stakes are too high to allow this man to continue to play any role in American public life. Like me, I'll bet that most of you are ready to say, yes, I will do everything I can. But to be very candid with you, what holds me back is the deep sense of despair that overwhelms me as I read the news every day. It seems sometimes that no matter how hard we fight, Trump finds a way to come out on top. There are days when I just want to give up. But thankfully, I have found an antidote to that despair in the person of tonight's featured guest, Simon Rosenberg. Simon is a clear-eyed political analyst with over 30 years of experience, the author of the insightful Hopium Chronicles on Substack. Simon brings a data-focused and skeptical eye to our current political landscape. He first came to national attention in 2022 when most mainstream media was forecasting a red wave election. Early on, Simon argued that the evidence instead pointed to a close and competitive race. When the votes were counted, the result was extremely close to what Simon had forecast. Simon has advised elected officials and campaigns at all levels of government. He was a regular on Fox News for over 17 years, and in recent months has been frequently seen on MSNBC and CNN. Simon has served in senior roles at the DNC and the DCCC and worked on 2 presidential campaigns, including a leadership role in the Clinton War Room in 1992. In 1996, Simon started NDN, a highly influential political organization and think tank, which he ran until March of last year. And so, in this election, with the stakes higher than they have ever been, I lean on Simon's Hopium Chronicles nearly every day to give me the optimism I need to continue working to re-elect Biden, hold our majority in the Senate, and flip the House. It is my hope and expectation that you will all feel the same sense of energetic empowerment after hearing what he has to tell us tonight. So it is with deep gratitude that I have the honor to welcome tonight's special guest, Simon Rosenberg.
Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate all those comments. And I'd like to start this conversation with
So now let's transition to the Q&A part of it.
Okay.
Okay, so Kathy, you go.
Well, no, are we doing the transition?
I'm waiting for the, do you want me on screen or not? I think I should probably.
Yeah, you should be on screen for this part. When I ask a question, I don't think I should be on screen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy Solomon, a member of the Northwest Bronx Steering Committee. We've put a link in the chat to Simon Rosenberg's Hopium Chronicles, and I strongly recommend that you go there now, click on the link, and subscribe to it so that you can have the benefit of Simon's wisdom throughout this election season. We are also posting volunteer opportunities for this election in the chat. If each of us puts in all the work that we need to do, we can elect Joe Biden and make sure Trump never gets back to the White House. So I urge everyone to please go to the chat and copy those links. We will also be sending these links by email following the event. And now I'm going to turn it over to Phil Fram for the first question. And please do put your questions in the chat if you think of more questions.
First question, Simon, is what about Kennedy, and what can we do to prevent him from messing up this election?
Okay, so I think it should, yeah. And then after it shows Phil, then it should show just Simon, and then you don't have to show me or Phil again, I think.
I think, yeah. You don't even have to show me the first time, quite frankly.
So what links am I putting in the chat? Which I didn't put anything in just now, but just the Hopium Chronicles link? And
No. Then
Just-
the election volunteering, the,
Okay.
the postcard writing, all the canvassing.
fine. I'll have that ready to go tomorrow.
But remember, Kathy, you're gonna say if it's too much, you're gonna say we are gonna send these same links to you if you registered for this event.
Yeah,
Right?
I said that you'll be getting an email.
Right, you said
Do you want me to say it differently?
I think you need to, because some
Okay.
people might
How's this?
start copying the links or.
Right.
Okay.
So maybe Kathy, maybe you
Yeah.
just say, don't worry if you
Okay,
can't
can I
copy
take it
and
from the
paste
top? Can I take it from the top? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy Solomon, a member of the Northwest Bronx Indivisible Committee. We've put a link in the email to Hopium Chronicles so that you can all click on that if you wish and join to get his insights throughout the election season. I highly recommend it.
It's
And
free.
we also have some links in the chat for volunteer opportunities. Our country really needs us right now. If we all put in the work that we need to do, we can reelect Joe Biden and make sure Trump never gets to the White House. Please do not worry about clicking on the links right now. You will, if you registered for this Zoom, you will receive an email after the Zoom with all of these links. And now I'm about to turn it over to Phil Fram for Q&A. Please, I just want to remind you, if you have questions, please put them in the chat. Thank you.
Simon, Kathy, and I will be going back and forth asking you questions. The first question is, what about Kennedy? Does he really have a worm in his brain?
I got two things I want to stick in here. One is for Kathy. Simon has some repeated taglines that he always uses, and that you might want to sort of echo at that point
Oh, absolutely.
So one of his taglines is "Worry less, do more."
Oh, that's great.
That's probably the best one.
That is the most important.
And
Maybe you should have that over this list of links. Why don't you put worry list?
Yeah, but I should also say it. Yes.
okay, I can do that. That's a good idea. The other thing, we sent Simon a list of questions that he has not yet answered. And he may just show up tomorrow evening and we'll have to ask him live during the 15-minute prep. But one thing we asked him is, did he want to wrangle his own questions, which he's used to doing because he
Oh.
probably does 7 Zooms a week, you know.
I
What do
don't
you mean
think
wrangle his own
I don't think
question?
you should do that. In
Why
terms of him
not?
looking at the chat,
No, I don't
really
think
don't think you
so.
should do that.
If this is the way he always does it,
Oh, you're right. You're right. He
that's
does.
what he prefers.
Okay.
Oh,
Want to do what
okay.
he prefers.
So we
Okay.
ask him. I'm okay being out of this, so don't worry.
Me too.
I just wanted to, I haven't gotten an answer back from him, which is a little bit disconcerting, but
He's busy.
But
Right.
we can ask him at the prep, and if he says, "I'll take care of it, I'll check the chat," fine. I will still take the responsibility for monitoring the chat and deleting things that don't belong.
my guess is he will be glad to have the help. But until he shows up and answers the question, I want it to be his call, not our call.
Got it.
Understood.
Can I just say that one more time? I'm sorry to be so insecure, but I just want to get feedback because I didn't get it right. Okay, is that okay? I know
Yeah,
it's,
sure.
I won't be long, I promise. Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy Solomon of the Northwest Bronx Steering Committee. That was great. Bottom line, worry less, do more. And to that end, we've put links in the chat, both to Simon's Hopium Chronicle and to multiple volunteer opportunities, but don't worry about getting those links right now. We will be emailing those to everyone who registered for this event.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's it.
Kathy, the only thing I would say, Steve made a comment about it being free. When you do the sentence about his Hopium subscription, I would just say his free Hopium subscription.
Oh,
Yeah,
free.
good point.
Good point. Okay, so he posted a link to his free Hopium subscription. Got it. Okay.
Steve, do you know if we are actually recording? Because I can't tell.
Not now. We're not recording now.
Because on my
It's
thing,
not,
it says stop live stream.
Wait a minute.
mine says
No.
meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Now, what is the stream? I hate to ask this. What's the YouTube stream for?
That's so we can give the recording of this to BronxNet so that
Oh, that's wonderful.
But I think we're also going to use that same thing so that we can post it on our own Facebook page and
Yeah.
website.
To answer your question, we are actually, the recording is running now.
yeah, because it says YouTube on my screen.
Right. YouTube, but see, YouTube is the streaming and the recording is the recording. They're two separate
Right.
things.
Okay.
They're both active right now.
Okay, great. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just confirming that it was actually happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Steve, guys, can I do like just because I haven't actually like said aloud
The close.
the close, and what's
Yeah.
going to prompt the close, just so that everybody knows.
And I don't need to be on the screen right now.
Either running out of questions or running out of time comes first.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you going to say something to Simon first? Like, how are we going to say this is done before I get on?
I would say, I mean, all right, the two scenarios would be, it's coming up against 9 o'clock and there are still 15 questions in the queue. Phil or Kathy is going to have to say, this is going to have to be the last question. We're out of time. And then they'll ask the question, Simon will answer the question, and then you will come in and say, thank you very much, Simon. That's it for tonight, and close it up.
Okay. So, if Simon wants to wrangle his own questions, we need an alternate.
He'll tell, yeah, and if he does, we'll have to ask him, will you say, this is the last
he'll-
question, and then some signal, so we'll know to thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
then we
great.
need to give him a time. So is that
Yeah.
going to be 8:57 or something?
No,
My close is less than it's like 30 seconds, maybe not even 30 seconds.
the other alternative is there are no more questions and it's 8:45, and then
Yeah,
then you would say, it looks like that was the last question. We don't have any more in the queue. Thank you very much for coming.
So I'm not going to know whether there are any more questions unless somebody texts me.
We have our text group that everybody signed up for.
Yep.
So
So
Can we
Yep, so-
check it and make sure it works?
All right. can I just want to say this one time before we do that.
yes.
So however we get there, we get there. I'm going to come back on screen. Simon, many thanks for a truly inspiring evening. Thanks again to our many organizational co-sponsors, and thank you to everyone who participated in this meeting for being part of our grassroots effort to preserve democracy. Good night, everyone.
Great.
Great.
So, Stephen, you just sent a group text. How do I save the group text? I got it, but
What I do on my Apple products is I pin the chat. I pin the conversation in messages, and it shows up at the top.
oh, I see. Never knew that I could do that.
Oh, I'm not sure I know how to do that, but I'll just.
How doth one do that?
Yes.
So what I did was I put my finger on the chat and there were a
Oh,
few
pin.
pin, right, and then I hit pin.
And what happens when you hit pin? What does it do?
It goes to the top of your iPhone. It's like at the very top.
Ah,
That's
so I'm not going to
great.
do that now. Well,
Well, that's terrific because, yeah, so now I have Steve at the top and the group text. And
Right.
I imagine that I can get rid of that at the
Yeah,
end
you
of
can
the
just,
Yeah.
you just unpin. Yeah.
right. But that's terrific. That's so easy. Thank you.
I use it all the time. I have my family up there pinned and
Oh, I didn't know.
okay.
I've done it accidentally, actually.
Okay, so that is great to learn. Thank you. I will do that tomorrow. So I guess a few of us have like little bits of homework for reworking what we're saying, but is there anything else we need to do tonight?
No, I think we really covered the bases.
I think it was a it was a hard rehearsal, but a good rehearsal. I think we ironed out a lot of wrinkles. So
Yeah.
thanks.
Thanks everyone for staying on. It was.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
It's great. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you at 6:45, Steve.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.